Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is the man who has everything. It's Ben.
That's true, dude. That's true. It's right on the money. I do have everything. I mean, like on a not like spiritual, not metaphorical. I'm content. I do have everything. I have everything I need. And what I need,
have an Ethernet cable.
I have a single Ethernet cable, and I have all of Justice League Unlimited downloaded on my computer.
Hell yeah.
That's all you need, baby. Yo, it's fucking peak, though. We're talking first season, episodes 1 through 13 of Justice League Unlimited from
13 of
2004.
Unlimited.
It's
this shit rules.
It's fucking great. It's so fucking good. There were a few like small whiffs, but like holy shit, the highs are so high.
The way I see describe I think it was one of the producers described it was on the people who work on these shows don't need to try to be creative. They have to put a lid on it. And for Justice League Unlimited, that lid was raised, like for how creative they were allowed to be.
Hell yeah, dude! You can tell, like it's so crazy.
The shackle of the two dramatic episodes tied together, two-parter stuff is removed, and we get to have some fucking fun.
Oh my god, it's so good. I was hesitant because I didn't know. That's actually like the impressive part about going through all this shit is just I don't know. Like I've seen like screenshots here and there and clip like there's the occasional thing where I'm like, oh okay, but I've managed to stay relatively spoiler free, but also just I have no idea. I had no idea that it's like the expanded Justice League. Like we're not just dealing with our 5 main people or whatever, 6 main. We're dealing with like dozens and dozens of people. And
the DC universe is here, baby.
Yeah, and you better believe I was fucking nervous on that first episode. I'm like, oh no, this is a lot of characters though.
Yeah.
But they do it in such a nice way. 'Cause we're usually getting our at least 1 or 2 of our core group, and then it's like the extra people, right? So
yeah, it's mostly just it's a lot of cameos.
They're filling in slots. Also, speaking of cameos, I don't know how I don't know what you were doing when you watched this the first time. I think I would have noticed easily that Flash makes like exactly 2 appearances. If that. I only remember him once in like part of a battle. But he could have been in like more wide shots, I suppose.
Yeah, it's partly because seasons 1 and like stuff blurs together for me.
Sure.
And he's in the next season plenty.
Yeah. No, that's like so I feel like I would have noticed because he's just he fucking doesn't. He stops existing essentially. Like we just don't get any of him.
It's weird.
It's a little strange given that he was a main fucking character.
Yeah, I think it might have been. I think it was scheduling stuff where he wasn't available. Maybe the voice actor because he was on Smallville at this point.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he's playing Lex Luthor.
That's great. Holy shit. What a turn. Oh man. But like I didn't miss him, right? Like
it's going to be great to have him back, but yeah.
Sure, totally, but it's not like there's a void.
These episodes are very good.
They're so fucking solid, dude. It's also
the best ones.
It's also very there was a couple of times, I mean, we'll get to things when we get to them, but there were a couple of times when I'm like, I feel like I've encountered like this person or this situation before, and I couldn't think of it. And then there was like a couple of things, like even with our first episode here when I hit you, and I'm like, oh, it's just Dragon Ball Daima. Or not that. That was the sorry, that was the kid episode. Kid stuff. The first
5.
episode I was like, it's just my son Koku. I'm fucking leaving. I don't want to be here. Slamming Hottie walks by like, fine, I'll stay. Just for a bit. Batman, the fact that he just fucking looks and Batman's like, I take it you'll be staying here. I take it you're joining us or whatever. He's like, yeah.
Also, there's like, fish out of water stuff going on with Green Arrow. The way they use him to introduce you to the new league.
It's very good. And he's like,
he's just fucking stopping people from robbing a grocery store.
So there's a very
and then he's fucking teleported onto a fucking battle station against his will.
Did we see Green Arrow before this in this universe? Okay. So Green Arrow has a very similar problem to me that Batman had, and that my only experience with him is that fucking CW show, and I hate the way he looks in that.
Yeah,
like,
it's terrible.
He looks fucking like just edgy and kind of shit. And in here, he has like the mustache. He has the beard. Like just he looks interesting. And also not like fucking grim, right? He's wearing like bright green, like forest green. Like he's a ranger instead of like a fucking Assassin's Creed character. So I like
90s aesthetics instead of early 2000s aesthetics.
Dude,
that show is early 2000s.
And that like, I understand that because a show was made, he had to have some pull, right? Or they were trying to give
a show
him pull.
that's like refuses to call him Green Arrow.
Yeah. Like it's not even called Green. I type in Green Arrow because I just forgot and Arrow just comes up. I'm like, oh, right. So that I had like that impression. That was my impression of him. And it wasn't until far later. I think probably I encountered him in some of the comics. He had to have come up in some comics, right? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I feel like he at least.
Think of any.
I feel like he appeared. We did something. We did something because before this I was familiar with his like the appearance roughly that he has in this show. And
Green Hawkeye.
Green Hawkeye? Are you fucking with me? Green Hawkeye.
Well, Hawkeye is the Marvel equivalent of being a bow and arrow guy. That's all.
Okay,
that's
but
all
he doesn't.
Joking.
Okay, I'm just making sure. He doesn't look like this.
No,
though.
Green.
I'm just
Green
making
Hawkeye
sure he doesn't fucking look the same. I don't know.
No.
I was familiar with his
Hawkeye
appearance though, and I remember the first time. It's tough to be me sometimes because I thought the design in the CW show is garbage and edgy and grim.
That's true.
And then I saw his appearance in this wherever I saw it, and I'm like, this is kind of lame and hokey or whatever. But I feel like it had to be earlier on. I don't know. I've gotten better. Now I'm like, this is great. This design is just fun. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, this is. I mean, and this
solid.
is like a redesign.
Sure.
Probably this. I don't know when they would have. Maybe the 70s redesign. It's like kind of like when he got the goatee.
I mean, the goatee mustache combo is so powerful. His particular mustache.
Because like original Green Arrow is even more dopier looking because he's just clean shaven and wearing a domino mask.
Original Green Arrow design. Yeah, this doesn't
gloves.
This doesn't. This has like. I'm not really a fan and avoid. It's kind of. I don't know what it is. It's something. The red and green is
a character, a comic book character created in 1941.
Yeah.
You know?
Incredible.
I guess late 60s, maybe,
Uh,
is when he got the redesign.
but his,
Yeah,
he's good. I
69.
like how they use him as a vessel, and I also
Nice.
I like how they use him in like what Batman says, and that, like, he said he's focused on the little guy, like, oh, you're all focused on like these big world galaxy universe ending problems, but who's gonna be, like, who's focusing on the people, on like the average crime and issues. And Batman is like, well, we need you around to keep us honest.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's such a good, like, you can be in the Justice League and have that mindset, because that's also part of it. That's huge.
Well, also, what the Justice League is now is so fucking different. Like they're such a giant organization now,
Dude, totally.
with just like employees.
Fucking dude, the kind of employee shit is so good. Or just like they're just milling around the cafeteria or whatever. Like they're just fucking, yeah. I work with the Justice League. I put goop on their trays or whatever.
Yeah, there's just like a lot of support staff.
It's all hidden in the Wayne Enterprise budget, baby.
I feel like Bruce Wayne isn't the solo person paying for this anymore. I feel like
Nope. No,
some of the other hyper rich superheroes are chipping in.
No, it's just him.
Particularly when we get to the fucking when the android returns.
When
and their
Amazo
fleet
comes
of
back
ships.
and there's like dozens and dozens and dozens and fucking dozens of fucking fighter starships. No, baby, that's all in the it's all R&D.
It's a one line item.
Those are just like, you just write like space fighter prototype.
Space R&D.
Yeah. Why? Why are our fucking projections so off? Why have we spent $4 trillion on space R&D?
Don't worry about it.
Why are we surpassing the global GDP on spaceships? This is why Bruce Wayne got ran off the board. I need those spaceships. Oh, it's so fucking good. Yeah, our first episode, and this is the one I'm mistaken. I like watched it, and then I watched the second one late at night, and I like got them fucking. It was such a weird thing, because that didn't happen for the rest of my watch through. But I like watched the first episode, watched the second episode. 4 minutes later, like, forgot the entire existence of the second episode, but remember I watched 2 episodes and then thought episode 1 was 2. That's what I hit you with, like, oh, episode 2 reminds me of that Ghost Rider thing we read. And you're like, what? Why? How? Do you mean episode 1? I'm like, probably. It's just such a fuzzy brain.
Do you mean the episode with the giant flaming skull robot?
Yeah, that makes more sense. What the fuck was episode 2 then? And I'm like, oh, of course. I literally just watched it. Look, I'm just, it happens sometimes. But yeah, that was fun. Like, I'm like, this seems kind of familiar. Also, it was just good shit. Got Supergirl. I kept the fucking. I forgot to take a screenshot for you. Captain Adam at the end, giving the fuck. He's like just a wrinkled uniform, and he's giving the thumbs up. Like me at 4 in the morning when my friend asked to play games or whatever. Yeah, let's go.
He doesn't have a face.
Yeah, he's just a husk. It's such a fucking relatable picture. It's very good. It's also such a strong start.
Yeah.
I'm like Green Arrow. I'm hoping to see more of Black Canary though.
You will get more Black Canary.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know what her
That first
go on.
her deal is.
No, I know what her deal is, but I don't know like what kind of character she was. Because my introduction to her was that, if you remember, we read a Zatanna thing a while back, and that was like her in Black Canary. That was really enjoyable. But I don't know what that it's like. Hawk Girl is good in this, but you said like her comics are kind of ass. So I don't know what Black Canary's deal was like prior to that comic, because that was
Black Canary's in good stuff.
Okay, nice.
Mostly Birds of Prey.
I only know that as a movie.
Well, that's like with the team that Barbara Gordon ran as Oracle.
Oh, okay.
It was Black Canary and Huntress were the main two on that team.
Nice.
I would say. And then there's like other rotating members.
Sure.
Yeah, this fucking robot is so like fucking evil.
Yeah, man.
It's like just like they're really trying to get the Justice League out of here. We can't let them see our giant evil robot. It's too evil.
Dude, it's so
if they see it, it's all over.
Don't they say it's like it was for defense or something?
Yes.
I'm like, why? We made this thing for defense. Why the fuck does it look like that? Well,
why?
If you're gonna make something,
flaming skull.
if you're gonna make something, make it cool. There's no point in just making a regular defense robot. Someone in design said, make it a flaming skull, and everyone was like, that's rad as hell. Do it. It's so fucking funny though. It also is.
It is cool and big.
It is very cool and it's very big. A lot of shit happens.
Gets to punch its head off at the end.
Dude, it was so funny because it's like there's like a lot of that, and there's a lot of cases where something doesn't really make sense, but it's just so fucking rule of cool that like you can't be bothered by it. Like it doesn't the thought doesn't even last in my head more than like a millisecond in many of these cases, because by the time I'm like, well, that wasn't okay. It's something sick has already happened. I'm like, it's justified.
Yeah.
Like,
did the flaming skull robot did it have a personality? Was it?
Well, even at the end, like they have it defeated, it shut down, and then she punches its head off. I'm like, that wasn't necessary, but it was fucking cool though.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like this was, because there's a child in me, but I'm also an adult, so I'm like, you didn't need to punch its head off. But then the kid in me is like, it's fucking bah.
It's sick.
That's how you do it. If you don't want your head punched off, don't be a giant flaming skull evil robot.
Don't send Supergirl on the mission.
Dude.
She's here to do one thing, and it's punch.
Yeah, man. I'm about it. No, this was a super solid start.
And stick her tongue at you when your back is turned. That's the other thing.
That's an important quality.
I love when fucking Green Arrow. She realizes Green Arrow sees her do it, and then he just like he's like he gives her that. Nah, I'm cool.
Yeah. He doesn't. Like, he's not a snitch.
Yeah. He's not he doesn't. He says to Captain Adam, "I think you're what I protested against in college."
Man, dude, there's so many
going behind that guy's back.
There's so
many
many
it to his face.
There's so many fucking good little lines and bits. Like they just slipped them. It feels crazy because of how episodic things are, but like just they're so dense with that kind of thing.
Yes,
it's so good.
Yeah, and I think part of it was the way their writers' room worked, where like they would work on the episode together, so everyone got to cram their best little bits in, and then just one person would be responsible for getting it all down. Although the next episode, basically all the good lines come directly from the comic book they're adapting.
Hell yeah.
Those are all Alan Moore's words.
Nice.
But yeah. But
No.
we've got our new Justice League that's giant and proactive. Like they're trying to get ahead of things. They're interacting with governments,
Yeah.
international law, the scale of stuff. It's bigger.
Yeah.
They are and I think it's like also there's the thing of like they're more like the Justice Lords than they were last season.
Yeah,
Even though
I was actually thinking
like
of that.
that's like on purpose, and the fact that it was too evil to give Green Lantern the goatee for the Justice Lords, but now our Green Lantern has the goatee.
Yeah. No, it's
I think that's very funny.
I mean it's fucking good in
Yeah.
that what like cuz yeah, if you want to be proactive and like stop stuff before it starts, you got to be monitoring, but like there's a fucking
Let me tell
line
you.
somewhere in there.
Yeah, there are a lot of instances of comic books about teams being proactive. I think they're all definitely worse than this, but they're mostly also bad.
Yeah. That tracks.
Like it can go wrong.
Yeah.
But they know what they're doing. Like it's not a fucking accident that they're more like the Justice Lords.
Yeah.
That they're maybe going too far on stuff. But they still, they're obviously doing what they think is right in the moment, but
Yeah.
there's a reason Batman is like, maybe we should bring Green Arrow to keep an eye on us.
Yeah, man. Well, and that all ties in later, right?
Yep.
But yeah. I mean,
Now we go from that, which is like we get introduced to our giant Justice League. We get a small mission with some new characters, one adventure, and now we have an extremely character focused episode with just Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, and,
Yeah.
and the return of Mongol.
yeah. The start to this was so fucking good. Like, how'd you get Superman? Cash money.
Not a gift card. No. Cash.
Cash.
What do you get for the man who has everything?
I mean, he could have given him like a hug. Could you imagine? That'd be like that'd be the most valuable thing to receive from Batman. Like he gives you a bro hug and says, "I'm glad to have you as my friend."
Well,
Any other gift would be garbage in comparison.
hey, we had someone give Superman a gift. It was Jean sung that song,
That's true.
the Christmas episode.
Technically, Mongol also gave him a gift in this episode.
It's
He gave him
true.
he gave him the gift of having to fucking leave his very real feeling son behind in the void of his memory as he abandons it.
Tell his son to his face, I don't think you're real.
Yeah. You know.
And then he's like, I'm scared. No, don't be scared. Fake child of mine. It's not real. This shit's so good.
Yeah.
Also, the fighting is
fight
so
is so
fucking good.
It's
so
incredible.
brutal.
Also, like, Batman's trying to free Superman as Wonder Woman and stuff. Like when Batman says, "Oh, they're in the armory. She'll be fine for a little while." She's just like firing shit at Mongol. It's so good.
By her time, it's just like this giant gun.
Dude, the fucking laser. I know it has no effect on him, but like her holding it just goes so hard.
It's true. Yeah, that's like that panel is in the fucking comic. as is like when she like starts punching him at the middle, and her hands are just like fucking hurt.
Yeah. I mean, don't fucking happen, dude.
When Mongo's like, I assume Superman told you about our previous adventure. And I was just like, you mean how he humiliated you? A jaundiced account.
Dude, that line was so good. The fucking delivery is on point.
Yeah, Mongol's voice actor is fucking kills it.
It's so good. I also, at first, I got the little plant thing confused with the starfish from the other episode that we had.
Yes.
With a similar looking thing. And I thought, is it just back? Didn't we see this already? No, it's a different thing.
It's a different time Superman got a thing on his chest that mind controlled him in the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Look, these are just the two instances we saw. How many more are there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a weekly occurrence. Dude, I like when Batman gets controlled though. Like fuck.
It just is imagining his fucking dad kicking the shit out of
beating
Jojo.
the absolute piss out of that mugger. Man. That's kind of
Wonder
like
Woman does not get got.
true. It'd be interesting to see what it like. It'd be. I feel like it'd be more interesting to see what it would, what her thing would be. Because,
Yeah, it's weird because she's not as psychological a like she doesn't have that
sure
stuff.
but that's why
that
it would
trauma.
that's why it'd be interesting though, right?
Yeah,
it would
well, it
help
would be
build
harder
that.
to write.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
like the
gotta put in
Batman
effort.
thing happens
Yeah.
because like this is too easy.
Well, dude, I mean, for like, if you ask me what, like, a thing is going to give Batman and Superman their own separate visions of what happiness is, like, some version of what we saw here would probably be in my top 3 guesses.
Sure.
Like, it's not difficult. But like, what would Wonder Woman's vision of happiness be? Like, I don't know. It's very open. Could have been a good opportunity. But also, yes, like we're whatever. We got good shit anyway.
Superman
Also-
living on Krypton on a farm,
Dude, the fact that he's still on the farm is so good. I get
married to red-haired Lois.
it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's very funny when him and his not real kid are going into the city for whatever business, and the kid is like, why did you move away from this? And I'm like, you'll fucking understand someday. I mean, you would understand if you had the opportunity to grow up in this fake world, but
Nah, I'm with him. He's right.
no, that is also the problem. The city is so convenient, but also it's meh.
Yeah.
I want the best of both worlds. I want to be able to order food, but also I want the wide open spaces and all that shit.
There are parks.
It's not the same. That was very funny the time that I was in New York on a trip though, and like a big thing that I think because it was like through my school, and like we did a whole big tour of Central Park, which is interesting, but also a huge focus of that tour for some reason was like all the nature and all that stuff and like this open space, and I'm like. I understand the purpose of this tour. I don't know why the people in charge of us decided that this tour was the one to have. Because, like, this is my fucking backyard with less corn in it. Like, I don't need to be told about the purpose of this place. Like, doing something going through Central Park and, like, I don't know, seeing, like, notable things from movies or something would have maybe been more interesting. Because, like, that's why Anya wanted to go to Central Park. It's just, just to see where, like, all of her favorite films had their moments and shit. But the fact that he's like, we got trees. I'm like, cool. I get it. And Central Park is very beautiful, but we digress.
Yeah.
That city got destroyed anyway. Not New York, the fucking Krypton city. And the planet.
Krypton and
fake
Superman's brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get the Superman saying burn and using his heat vision on Mongol, which is honestly is like one of those moments that then haunts the character. But it's pretty fucking metal in the moment.
Well,
it's just it's been imitated so many times to diminishing effects, IMO.
Well, and there's any time now that we get moments like that. I don't know how. In my head, I'm thinking of him fucking like Justice Lord Superman lobotomizing people. Like anytime he's using those eyes, like that's kind of in line with the stuff with like the comparison, like Green Lantern has his goatee and shit, right? Like I don't know whether it's intentional or not. Like it's powerful having that comparison in your mind.
No, that episode is fucking the returns on that episode. What it fucking keeps in your head.
Yeah, dude,
it's a lot.
It's so much. It just it impacts how you're looking at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the Superman's angry speech. Happy. Do you know what I've lost? Looks up at the statues.
Yeah, dude, when he's getting ready to fucking send him and he's like, I should not continue.
Mongol's thing of, for a moment there, I thought you were going to kill me. How stupid of you to hesitate. Not a mistake I'll make.
Dude, that fucking delivery is so good.
His face is all fucked up.
God, yeah, dude, when they show it, it's like all lumpy and beat to piss. Like, it's so good. Because we don't get that. I feel like compared to how much of a beating people are frequently taking, we don't get them actually like looking all fucking stuffed.
No,
because like you have
like Green Lantern at the end of Star-Crossed, but and this,
yeah, which is great. When it fucking hit, you're like, oh, they're fucked up.
Well, it's also like Superman was fucking up Mongo's face, and Wonder Woman was punching him, and like her hands hurt.
Yeah. Oh, it's great seeing the physicality of shit.
Yeah. That's so fucking well animated.
Dude, there's a lot of great animation bits.
Yeah. And then they just leave Mongol in his own mind prison. They're like, whatever it is, it's too good for him.
Don't they like cut to screams?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the comic's more explicit about like his like fantasy of being a horrific.
Here's the
despot.
thing.
But the screams is kind of better.
Dude,
just hearing the screams.
I think just hearing the screams is far. It's like the point in a horror film before you see the thing, right? It's so much more impactful than anything you're going to see because now you just get to imagine it. and you're
Totally.
gonna fucking think about it. So like that ended, and at my immediate thought was, oh, we're not getting shown it, and then like a split second later catches up, like, wait, they were just screaming though. And then I'm just sitting there like fucking thinking about it, which is also very contrasting. I didn't mention it, but contrasting with the fact that you then go into like the fucking kick-ass guitar of the theme song or of the ending. And I'm like, wait, though, they were screaming. Wait. What's he doing?
Da 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 da.
Dude, the guitar is so fucking good. Like the intro, I like watched the first episode intro to actually see the theme song, and then I've been kind of glossing because I don't want to see the fucking episode clips.
Yeah,
but I've been watching the
it's
ending.
it's like episode 10. They stop
Yeah,
spoiling the episode you're about to watch. They
it's
figure it out
such
finally.
a stupid thing, but whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of whatever, but it's just very funny. They didn't realize that people wouldn't like that.
The guitar is so good though. And that's actually in the episodes, like they're using more guitar, and like the music is it's so interesting. And I mean, compared to all of the shows that we've watched so far, how different the music is in all of them, and how every fucking time it's on point. Like it's just crazy. Like going from Batman the Animated Series, where one of my biggest takes for how they had a fucking budget is the fact that we had a different goddamn motif, like the same motif but a different theme every fucking time Batman was like in trouble. Like it was unique to that episode, which is crazy. That's like the most insane thing, not reusing a theme like that. Like we're gonna do a different one every fucking time.
Yeah, well, and they've got the orchestra right there.
And it's insane. And then going from that to Superman, where it's like Superman. It's like completely different, but it's so cohesive. And then you go to Batman Beyond, and again, it's totally fucking different, and it's incredible.
No.
And then Justice League, same shit. Like and this is then total. The fact that this is also Justice League, but they're like, no, it's different though. And now you get all this different shit, and it's still fucking. It slaps. It's so wild. I can't think of anything else where it's been this, like, how many fucking episodes cumulative has it been already, and how many will it be? And it's been, the music has been like so fucking consistent for me all the way through. That's insane. Like they're doing some immaculate work. That's crazy.
Man. Yeah. No. These shows are fucking unreal good.
Yeah.
It's like a really, really impressive.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. Now we've got, honestly, an episode I'm not super high on.
It's I liked it, but I didn't care about
I
the
just
plot.
don't care about Hawk and Dove.
Oh yeah, like they're fucking whatever.
There's just a lot of this episode of Hawk and Dove. Like
they were supposed to be in this episode. Like they're like, wait, is this the one where it starts out with a civilian Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Yeah, that shot is pure money. Like that.
Oh,
that
so Wonder Woman. You put Wonder Woman in normal human clothes, and it's great. But you put Hawk Girl in normal human clothes, and you're like, nah.
It's less about the human clothes and more about the fact that she is literally just a regular ass human with wings that don't even flap. There's literally nothing. All you had to do was give her like a light feather motif or something, and I would have been thrilled. But like, she's just a person with non-flapping wings. So it's like, it's her in civilian clothes is also great. It's more about the fact that like you're from across the fucking galaxy and you're just another human. It's just kind of boring in the way that a lot of aliens tend to be. I mean, even Superman like is kind of different because like he's supposed to be like just a guy, kind of.
Yeah,
but
circus strongman.
Yeah, and that's
the
like
Thanagarians are just a ripoff of the Flash Gordon thing.
So it's mostly just a disappointment in that thing. But like seeing people in civilian clothes is I'm generally always thrilled by it because it's fun.
Yeah.
Usually, like
yes,
I want to see fucking Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne hanging out.
True.
Or whatever. So it's just very fun.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, it's just a good outfit. She's got the denim jacket. Also, she's like punching people.
Yes, she punches that car. She throws that dude. She's very mad.
But see, that's the thing. Like Hawk and Dove are supposed to be like her, but worse, right? And in that mood, like they're just like fucking going too far for kind of no reason or whatever. And then she's like the voice of reason, sort of. It kind of felt like that was getting set up a bit.
I don't know. No, it's not really that. Even that. It's just like Dove is the voice of reason. He's just, a nerd.
So the thing that I actually gave a shit about in this episode was Hephaestus. Hephaestus. Like making the armor and getting that little like juicy tidbit of lore that like he made Wonder Woman's armor, and like, every armor has a weakness. He's like, you don't want me going around talking about yours. And just that shit was cool. Like I liked the character. I liked his voice actor is great. Absolutely crushed it. Just I don't know. The shit he was saying is good. Also,
I like the Annihilator.
The Annihilator it's cool.
It's basically the Destroyer from Thor comics.
No idea. No context.
Yeah, it's just another giant
it's
armor that's like a doomsday thing.
Sure. I also kind of. I mean, I
like when fucking Dove finally gets to the Neural General. He's like, it's time to give another path, give peace a chance, but he doesn't know that guy's been replaced by Ares. Ares is like, I don't think so.
And then it's fucking Dove strapped to the front of the Annihilator.
Yeah.
No, I also. I mean, this is a sort of we got just enough like tidbits of.
I didn't give you the Annihilator to fucking stop fighting. Fucking killed.
Yeah, dude, that was so good that he they're not as bad as he is. Like he fucking overestimated. That's such a good. Does that count as a subversion? Is that subversive?
I don't know.
I don't know if it counts.
This guy turned out to be reasonable.
Yeah, the fact that like it would be like I did not expect that at all. I was just like, oh, okay, we're doing the thing where like there's two fucking sides fighting their civil war, and one side gets a fucking machine and they're gonna goddamn use it. And then it turns out the dude's like, are you like, I want to win. I don't want to fucking genocide my people. Thanks.
Yeah, I want to secure our stuff. And I did that.
What am I supposed to do? Or get my country back by killing everyone? And Ares is like, yes! He's just so fucking like in disbelief. It's so funny because he like can't fucking believe. He's like, people are scum. They just don't like I'm gonna feed on their misery and hatred. And he's like, wait, they're actually not as bad as that. Very funny. Also, just the fact that Hephaestus is kind of apparently side agnostic or whatever. Like I don't know. It's just so cool that he's like there to make he's there to take fucking
Yeah.
orders for armor. He's not here to ask questions.
Yeah.
Like, he's just the I guess it's I was gonna say the gods have their purposes. Are they like counted? Are they still counted as gods? I know Ares is like god of war, but in this context of this universe, is he still a god?
Yeah.
Like a demigod, something? I don't really know what the
He's a god.
status is. Okay. Yeah, like the gods have their purposes, and he's not here to fucking ask about them. He's the armor for the gods or whatever. That's fucking, it's sick. It's good shit. But yeah, Hawk and Dove are
These are regular gods as opposed to new gods.
eh. Too many gods.
There are too many gods. That's true. There are a lot of them. So many.
Yeah, it's that was like that in like the Hawk and Dove just do fucking nothing for me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, the Wonder Woman stuff was pretty good. Her fucking
No, the Wonder Woman stuff like saves the episode. Like, that's the stuff.
Her like getting ready to beat the shit out of Fez. She's like, "Tell me what the fucking weakness is," and she's getting ready to beat him up, and he's like, "Well, you're not gonna find out that way." And it's like that's the clue into what the weakness is. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Not unexpected, but just very funny because it's her.
Yeah. But also, like, she's just really mad in this episode, and there isn't really a payoff for it other than at the end, where it turns out you have to not fight the Annihilator to beat it.
I mean, isn't the payoff?
There's no like, we don't really get into like why she's so fucking mad.
I mean, hasn't that been? I might be. Maybe I misremember. Maybe I'm retroactively applying this to other stuff when it wasn't necessarily there. But isn't there kind of a bit of a thing of her being like slightly like fed up with shit? Like the idea that like you keep doing stuff and people
it's just that she's
don't.
really holding a grudge against Hawkgirl, but that's not
that too.
really.
I guess I'm,
Other than that,
honestly, I'm still just thinking of fucking Justice Lords. Like, fucking people won't fucking listen and they won't fucking stop. You have literal, effective, not literal in this case because apparently gods actually exist, but effectively gods who are like getting involved in your shit. Like, how can you be like, we're gonna fucking mug someone on the street when fucking Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, all the Flash, like all these fucking people who could annihilate you are like, don't fucking do it, and they're still doing it. Like, I think it's a very human, mortal urge to be like, just fucking stop as you beat the shit out of them because they just won't. Like, I think that's I think it would be impossible not to have that frustration. So for me, I'm like, yeah, that fucking makes sense. I would probably feel the same way. I'm just a person. Like, that's how I would feel about it.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's like a very different characterization of her than we get in, say, the next episode or the episode after.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, she's not acting that way in the following episodes.
Well, she learned her lesson in this episode. It holds for a couple of days at least.
Yeah, she was just in a bad mood.
Yeah, it fucking happens. Or maybe she actually learned it. Sometimes you gotta learn stuff. You need someone to hit you over the head with it, metaphorically instead of literally.
That's not how... No.
Shh. Maybe it is this time. But yeah. The next episode.
Then we get... Oh, no. Then we get Fearful Symmetry.
Yeah. Our first little
our taste. If we can finally get the question.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say our first little taste of like the thread. But also the question is fucking great.
He's so good.
Like,
partially his voice actor is
dude,
fucking
it's fantastic work.
A classic Star Trek actor playing multiple characters on Star Trek shows.
Nice.
But it's so good where he's just like the ultimate conspiracy nut. But like the thing, he's a complete loser. It's like, wait, did you go through my trash? Of course I went through your trash. I go through everyone's trash.
It's so funny. Also the fact that like
Green Arrow is just here to like fucking, are you fucking kidding me? The whole time.
yeah. But the fact that he's all about the conspiracy shit, but also like he's pretty on point. Like he sees there's bigger shit going on, but he doesn't necessarily know what or whatever.
Yeah. He knows a lot of stuff. He's also maybe connecting things that don't need to be connected, but
Nah, fuck it. Send that shit.
also he sings that pop song.
Oh my god, dude. What do you think about what did he ask the guy? Or what music don't you, or how do you feel about canned pop or whatever?
Yeah.
Or something. Like, hate it. Turns it way up. No, this
Don't you know who owns the fucking thing? The real owners?
Yeah. This was a cool episode though.
Yeah, we get Galatea.
Yeah. Fucking
our power
girl
thing.
And I mean
but evil.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, I guess I know literally nothing about Power Girl except she has that chest window. It's like,
yeah. And that's basically all they're using.
Fucking Green Arrow being like, oh, she's but more mature, whatever, like up a few years or something. Then later they're like, yeah, I'm a few years older than you technically because otherwise it's weird.
Yeah. She's bigger and stronger.
Is that? I was thinking about it. Yeah, fucking bigger. I was I was thinking about it. Is this an origin of Power Girl that's been done? I know nothing about her origins or anything.
No.
I thought she was just kind of.
She's just Supergirl, but from a different. She's from like Earth 2 or whatever.
Okay. Because I thought she was still just Kryptonian.
A universe that then no longer existed, but she still was around.
Okay.
So yeah, that was backstory. Her origin is fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
Because basically she's from a universe that got deleted that nobody remembers deleted.
But like her more micro origin. Like she was just Kryptonian, right? Like it was the same kind of backstory. It wasn't like, oh, she's a clone of this person.
No.
Okay. Because I didn't know. I mean, I have a vibe for these things sometimes. I'm like, I know nothing about her, but I feel like this isn't what her deal is normally.
No.
Supergirl clone doesn't seem like the thing.
And evil is also not the thing.
Well, yeah, that yeah. I mean that read as being part of the clone shtick.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we? I was also wondering about it. It's been so long, and some of this stuff kind of blurs. The doctor who was like, no, we destroy all of our samples or whatever the hell, and you're not. It's just a fucking like you're projecting or whatever, and it's all blah blah blah. And then at the end, we find out that he's like
Yeah.
was just full of shit. Didn't we get some stuff before that he was not really a good person anymore? I forget. Didn't we get some of that in Superman?
There's at the end of Superman, when Superman brings Kara to him, he's like, I can't help her. You're wanted by the government. My hands are tied. And then Superman like gets mad. And then he's like, okay, I'll do whatever you want. And then he's like, he's like in a sniveling pose, and it's like, oh, he's bad. Superman yelled at him once, so now he hates Superman forever.
Okay.
Superman raised his voice at him
I
because he wouldn't fucking save someone's life.
Yeah, that's probably it then. I just had this like I saw him and I'm like, I feel like I fucking didn't like you before, even though you used to be.
Well,
fine.
that's what I said. How the writers felt was like they just never liked that guy. So when they had the chance to just make him evil, it's like hell yeah.
Yeah, man. And we get more into it.
Mm-hmm. Get
Um,
into fucking the bits with like the nightmares are like really fucking well done too.
oh yeah,
Like Supergirl waking up having like burned a hole in her ceiling.
yeah, man. I like there's a kind of a throwaway line that we get on that, and I think it's very, I don't know, I love that it exists because the implications make me all warm inside. At least what I'm reading into it. She says at a certain point about like the nightmares and stuff, and she's like, Pa's getting sick of patching the ceiling. Right? And that's fucking it's funny. It's great. But I like to think that she's also like she's been telling them what's going on. Like
Sure.
that kind of implies that like it's so fucking one of my most you know how I feel about like, oh, we could communicate, but instead I'm choosing not to. So that's how fucking desperate I am. A throwaway line that implies communication is like, oh, it's so good. It's so incredible.
She didn't say like I've been hiding these holes from.
Yeah,
Pod
she didn't say like it's getting harder to hide them from Pod. That would have like that's the opposite way. That's bad. That's infuriating. That's garbage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just nice when the good people communicate in good ways with other people who are good. But like that's just also Ma and Pa doing a good job.
Mon Pa doing Mon Pa stuff.
Yeah, man.
They're here to be loving and supportive. That's their whole job.
Oh, and they crush it. They're raising those kids. No, I like that shit. Made me happy, and also was funny because like how many times did he have to patch the roof before he was like, you gotta get help?
Mm-hmm.
It's time. Don't you have like a floating space station with dozens and dozens of people who deal with shit like this constantly? Could you maybe call in someone?
Probably. Yeah, and this is where we get a name put to Project Cadmus, and it's sort of linking together all the shady government stuff
Yes.
that's happened before, like the Royal Flush Gang from last season and whatnot.
Yeah, man. No, it was introduced in a very good way. And I mean we'll see it as we go through the episodes, right? But I like that we're getting elements of it instead of just an immediate tie-in.
They're building.
They're building.
They're both building the like ongoing like what the government is fucking dirty shit they're up to. But also the Justice League has been fucking their power creep is out of control.
I mean it's pretty crazy. But I feel that
It's like, and those two things, like building up and like spoiler, eventually they'll come to a head.
Wow, spoiler indeed.
They're going to
Fucking
pay
guy.
things are going to pay off.
I'm shocked. I'm truly shocked. I can't believe you've ruined this for me. I didn't know. How could anybody know? How could a 30-year-old see this coming? No,
I feel like I wouldn't be so direct about it if we hadn't watched My Adventures with Superman. Where I was like, but this thing's doing it so much worse.
We'll
This is unearned.
Oh boy, will we get there. Got shit to say. Finish these last couple episodes on my watch through, and I'm like, I have thoughts.
Hell yeah.
We gotta record them. But this next episode is also where a lot of my thoughts are.
Sure.
Because, look, sometimes turning the characters into babies is actually peak. Like, it also helps that they're like preteens instead of like they're like 10 to 12 or whatever instead of like 4.
Diapered.
4 probably 3 or 4 probably would have been less fun. But this is like just in that range where like, oh, like girls are more mature than boys at that age, generally speaking, or whatever. And just like the Wonder Woman Batman shit is so fucking good.
It's so funny.
Maybe like the bit about her like deciding who should go with who, and she's like, or maybe I should go with Batman or with Bruce. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't care. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like just fucking kid Batman, like kid voice Batman being like broody. So,
also, kind of
I
my
will
favorite
go with
line is
Bruce.
Green Lantern telling Superman, for a guy with supervision, you sure are blind.
Yeah, dude, Superman doesn't fucking get it at all. And she's so fucking obvious about it. Like it's the perfect amount of kid shit. It's the absolute perfect amount of like kids have trouble being subtle with this shit in completely different ways than adults do.
Yeah. Well, and it's just very funny to see fucking Batman
flustered.
Yeah.
Dude, when she fucking catches him.
When she catches him, it's so fucking good.
It's absolute peak. I mean, I was just so fucking happy with this whole episode. Also, the fact that, I guess it is important that they're like 10 or 12 because like they do the thing where like their minds, like their feelings and minds also revert a bit, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're truly like 10 or 12. It's not like we're getting, I'm just an adult in a kid's body, which I think.
I've never heard of someone who needed glasses as a kid.
I was wondering about that. I'm like, can you fucking elaborate? What did you do? Did you do something? Can I do it? Is it too late?
I think it's his Green Lantern powers. Because he is like Green Lantern green eyes.
Yeah. Doesn't I mean, look. It's not my first go around with this. Doesn't Gohan have the same shit? Like, doesn't Super Saiyan fix his vision or whatever?
It's true.
That's it. I just need powers.
Except when he's Super Saiyan.
I just need powers, man. It's that easy. That comes up in Steven Universe also, now that I'm thinking about it. It's just a constant fucking thing. All these assholes with glasses. Don't fucking make me want that shit.
Bruce Banner sometimes wears glasses. The Hulk does not.
Yeah. Well, does the Hulk need to see? Really? Don't answer that. It depends. I know. There's like 18,000 different variations. Anyway.
I don't know. Also, Smart Hulk might wear glasses at some point.
Well, that's because he's smart. Yeah. What you don't know is that they don't have lenses. He's just there for the look. No, but seeing like Green Lantern, like I love his form. Like the Wonder Woman Batman shit is prime. It's 11 out of 10. But Green Lantern
That's
wanted to just
interaction.
like
That's fucking
him thinking about what the coolest thing to use is
Yes.
so good.
the fucking indecision.
Like,
Because
I
he's
could
gotta
do a
use
rocket
what's
launcher
fucking-
or a big fucking lawnmower. And the whole time they're like trying to stop it, and then Batman's, you know what? You just go nuts, and we'll do the rest. He's like, oh fucking mech. It's so good. Yeah, it's
it rules.
I loved this episode so much.
The way I love the way they bait Mordred into fucking owning himself.
Yeah. What a fucking
Batman keeps calling him Precious.
dude, yeah. Calling him Precious, fucking easy. Like they're kids, but like they have a semblance of their adultness, right? So they're like,
yeah.
I will simply reverse psychology this child.
Yeah. Oh, I love Mordred as like king of the children, where they're like coming to him with their problems.
Dude, I don't know what, like, it's so fucking weird that like he sets up this shit and then he is bored by it. He's not beholden to anyone. I guess
This
it's
is what
like,
being king means.
yeah, it's like
You sit on the throne and then people come to you with their problems.
And I feel like it's weird because he has like,
You make crime legal, just like Piccolo.
well, it's like kid crime though, right?
Yeah,
That's the thing. It's like we're gonna eat all the candy we can.
yeah. Not the ambition level is not
I think
high, although it is very funny. He's like, this crying baby is hungry, and he gives him a cow.
yeah, that was unreal. Like that was some like he knows they need milk, but he's a baby, so he doesn't understand like where the milk comes from cows.
If you give someone a cow, they'll be fed for the rest of their life.
Hell yeah. They're incredibly short life because that's not what babies need. But I feel like he was bored with that shit. I don't know, but with the kids, obviously, as soon as it turned into his kingdom,
It's just like
it was
Doom for real.
it was an evil kingdom. But I feel like in his act, there was some tiny semblance of like he still didn't want to like annihilate his subjects, right? Like he was still kind of tossing him stuff. I don't know. It was in an interesting space. Like he could have just fucking not given the kids anything, right? I don't know.
He wanted to be king, but like he didn't know why.
He didn't have a fucking plan. Well, I mean, look, man, it's on the parents in this case.
It's true.
Like she's been preparing him to be king for 1,000 fucking years and more, and he has no idea. Still, what have you been doing?
He's
She's
been playing video games. She's been scheming.
Yeah, she's just been focusing on like the power and shit. She hasn't given him any lessons in what a king does.
No.
Like, even an evil king, if you want to continue being a king, you need to learn how to manage like bureaucracy and all that shit. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of paperwork that comes with it, metaphorically speaking. Yeah. Also, real up there for most horrifying endings.
Yeah, there's a lot of horrifying ways the thing ends.
He broke the spell of my spell of eternal youth, and now he just has eternal life.
Eternal life.
And they leave you with that, and at first, well, that they leave you with that. I didn't know we were gonna get that last shot, so in my head, I'm like, that's kind of funny. I thought he was just gonna be an adult, and it like barely clicked in, and then we get that last shot, and I'm like, that is fucked. Like that is so wildly fucked.
Motherly taking care of him because he's like enfeebled and old.
Yeah. And
just like sitting there drooling,
the
blank stare.
Yeah. Absolutely horrifying. Like fucking horrendous.
Yep. Yup.
Absolute fucked up ending to a really delightful episode.
Yeah, man. They can do fucking whatever they want on this show.
Oh, it's so good.
They got free reign.
They can just send it, and it's amazing. And like, I mean, we see that even in the next episode. Just fucking.
That's true.
What if we got Wonder Pig?
Oh my god. It's so fucking good. This is
Shot.
a Paul Dini special. You can tell because Zatanna's in it.
Dude, I was thrilled. I fucking love Zatanna.
She gets to actually use magic this time.
Also, everybody fucking calling out Batman on his thing with Wonder Woman. It's like, we're just very good friends. She's like, no, me and you are very good friends. And you never fucking call.
That scene at the beginning with Wonder Woman wanting to go out on a date is so good.
Yeah, man.
He's like, if the villains knew I cared about someone, they would go after her. And she like crushes a statue. And she's like, fucking next.
Yeah.
That one doesn't work on me. I'm fucking Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Like, she also has her own specific villains who want to get to the people she's close to. It would be at best an even trade.
Yeah.
Also, the fucking Saved by the Bell. I just love, like, I'm just so happy that we're getting those moments. I feel like we had less of them in regular Justice League because they were just kind of they were more focused on like their bigger plot stuff for the two-parters, it seemed. Not that we got none of it. Yeah, maybe it just feels like more because it's so much more varied. Like it's coming from different people, right?
Yeah. They have a cafeteria now.
They have a fucking cafeteria, dude. People just eating. People just talking and eating.
It's just talking. We got time for just conversations. It's like, because not everything has to be like a movie now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
The format of Justice League was like, this is a dramatic, like, mini movie with plot is heavy. And now we can, like, we could do whatever, which means we can go, like, real low key. Or we can do super high crazy shit.
I think
like the variety is so much more. The band, the spectral band of stories and emotional things we can do is just greater.
Yeah.
And also just the pacing of these episodes is just so fucking good.
The pacing has generally been really solid.
Yeah.
I think it's great because it is different. I mean, it's kind of like flip-flopping. Like I remember watching Justice League, I said I really liked the two-parters because you get to do your bigger stuff. They felt like good, generally very good kind of set piece, bigger, grander things that were very fun to watch, and I enjoyed the two-parters. But I also like the one part, like in Superman having, and Batman, just your normal episodic stuff. Also, and now we're flipping back to it. I'm like, this still feels fucking great, and I still appreciate what Justice League was doing. Like, it just they're switching gears and making it work regardless. This episode did have my I think the only true case of I could not suspend my disbelief.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe maybe it comes from me just not knowing. What major city has a fucking pig farm butchered meat plant in the fucking actual city? That surely is. That can't possibly be a thing.
Gotham.
There's no. Yeah, Gotham, I guess. But I was just like, this is. I mean, the rent must be rock bottom around this area, and like the surrounding like 10 blocks. You know how fucking bad a pig farm smells? Do you know how fucking bad a pig farm meat plant combo would smell?
Also, like,
The runoff is
the
insane.
way they run pig farms like these days, like they're like germ free. Like, you can't let fucking anything get in there. They're like
Yeah.
sealed off. Like, you could run a pig farm with like pigs that could interact with things, but the reality of large scale pig farming is a much different thing.
Also, like, the runoff is insane. Have you ever seen anything about like the runoff issue? Like, even when it's taken care of
that makes
properly,
sense.
it's still a fucking issue because it's just there's so much. It's just a scale issue, and that's in the middle of nowhere. So I'm watching this and I'm like, it's great, but we've hit my limit. The pigs just run around and like it's like 4 dudes in bloody aprons with a shotgun, and I'm like, okay. You guys got a lot of pigs for looking like you're a fucking small town family owned business. I mean, it's still fucking funny as hell. Like the shot you sent, I was also dying at where she like deflects this shit. It's so good.
I guess like New Jersey is a place that's like, you know, close to the city but also full of farming.
Sure. But not in the city. This shit was downtown.
Yeah. You don't know where there was. There happened to be big buildings around.
That's downtown enough, man.
Nah.
You're not having big buildings around that shit. Who would fucking live there? People with zero, you would have to have actual no sense of smell. And I speak as someone who has very poor sense of smell generally. Regardless, the episode was very fun.
Apparently,
but that was
Las
just
Vegas
my
pig farm.
There's a Las Vegas pig. Okay, is that the name of like a?
This doesn't look like, these pictures don't look like it's in the actual city though.
Is it a gentleman's club? No. Dude, if someone told me they went to a pig farm in Las Vegas, like, be real. I'm not taking that literally. Though that would be fucking funny to go on a tour of the Las Vegas pig farm and then tell people that. And then get to be like, no, it's just an actual pig farm.
Well, the idea was, it wasn't like the pig farm isn't the pig farm is to deal with food waste from the city. That's why they did it. They were doing it as a way of dealing with a problem.
Yeah. But regardless of the legitimacy of the
important thing is that Wonder Woman turns into a pig and then she still has her fucking wristbands and blocks a fucking shotgun.
Yes. No, 100%. Like that's the deal. Also, it's Cersei, right? Is the pronunciation? Cersei. Getting her singing number was great, and then getting fucking Batman's number was phenomenal.
Batman singing is unbelievably good. Also, like Cersei's like talking something you've tried very hard to keep secret. Like that shot of him is so derpy. The zoom on his face. And then he's just like, "Am I blue?"
Dude, it's so fucking good. I was
Uh,
actually wondering because I saw. I mean, I just based on voices, and then I see in the
mhm.
notes it was a different. It was an actual singer, Rachel York, who performs Lulu's Back in Town. So I think it's not her voice actress, right? It wasn't
Oh, for
Cersei's
Cersei?
voice. Yeah, I think. Unless she also played Cersei, but I don't think she did. Oh no, it says Cersei voice. It says that she
Yeah.
did voice, so that's weird that they have a note on it, I guess. I guess I can't. It's very hard finding. I find it hard finding like voice actor information because every time I try to find who voiced a certain character in
Hmm.
this show, it brings up a list of appearances of DC characters.
Sure.
But the question I was getting at that I care more about is was that fucking Kevin Conroy singing?
Yep.
That's incredible. That's
Hmm.
so fucking good.
I
Like,
think
that's
he sung the in the he did the singing for the Batman part in the Batman musical from Batman Beyond too.
hell yeah.
But yeah, this is him singing as Batman.
That's great.
It is. It's true.
Like he's just so fucking good. Honestly, it's just
Yeah. Yes.
the fact that I mean,
Is
like sometimes
I
you
mean,
could
is there
tell.
anything you can't do?
Yeah,
It's what
Jesus.
Zatanna tells him. It's like, uh huh. And I love his fucking just story of like, that I just I was on stakeout for like a month, just heard the song over and over.
Yeah, dude, I get it.
Yeah, and Cersei was played by Rachel York.
Okay,
That's just who she
okay.
played. But
I thought the voice sounded a little different, but probably what it is that for the singing part it was a little different recording situation.
mm-hmm.
I think is what often happens.
We also got Buana Beast this episode.
Dude, I thought they kind of met my expectations, but I thought they were going to go further with Batman being like we got to keep this circle small, and then it cuts to like 6 different people asking like where Wonder Pig is. I thought they were going to I thought it was going to be way higher count, but it was still very funny.
Red Tornado in the middle of the street going Suey.
Suey.
Yeah. It's very funny because I think that shot of him like spinning into the middle of the street is one of the ones they use for the generic opening. It's like he was looking for a pig.
Yeah. Very good stuff. We got
My eyes are up here.
dude, fucking my legs are fine.
My legs are fine,
And so
as
is
is
the
the
rest
rest
of
of
me.
me.
Yeah. Up here, buddy. She got them legs though. I loved seeing Zatanna doing like fucking review of her show. It's so good. Like it's so good because it's like a logical thing, right? Like you check your performance and you're like, nah, we gotta tighten like that part needs to be tightened up. But like
Uh-huh.
like it's just such a fucking cool little thing. Like she could have. I feel like that's a thing where I would expect a show to do like, oh, she's like taking like de-costuming, right? Like removing her makeup or whatever else. But instead she's like focusing on getting better, like focusing on keeping the act good. It's
Yeah.
just nice.
Baldini married to a magician.
Hell yeah. No, shit's very good. Very,
And then
very
Wonder
fun
Woman
episode.
fucking humming the song at the end. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything? Nothing for it. Well, that's not the only thing. And Batman's smiling at the end. God, it's so fucking good. Their dynamic is so good.
It's so solid, dude.
Because he's so uncomfortable always. He's like he can't deal.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Batman comedy character.
Yeah, dude. He has the jokes, whether he wants
It's just
it or
wild.
not.
Like, they've been making Batman stories for so fucking long. And they can still find new things to do with Batman.
Yeah.
Like this particular fucking version of Batman, this crew. Still knocking it out. Oh.
I love it.
It's so good. And then we get the greatest story ever told.
I fucking love this episode.
Hell yeah.
I mean, first off, it did the thing where I don't give a shit about fucking Booster Gold. And there was a non-zero chance that at the end
Green
of this,
Lantern?
yeah, that fucking the guy, he's like Green Lantern, but he's not. His costume's like yellow and something. Anytime I have an episode like this, you would think I'd learn my lesson having watched all of the rest of these animated shows, but I was like, I don't know if I'll give a shit about Booster Gold. And then I gave a shit about Booster Gold, and I was delighted to do so.
Hell yeah.
But
he came back in time to become famous and make money.
it's so good. And I mean, you know the direction-ish that the story is going. You have the title.
Yeah.
And then you have the setup, and I'm like, okay, he's going to be, like, doing shit. And, I mean, for a second there, I actually thought it was going to go in the direction of, like, who the fuck are they fighting? Probably says in here, right? Mordru. Okay, digression. Who's the fucking Dragon Ball Super villain? Isn't it like close to the same? Or do they both just start with Moro? Okay, that's close enough for me to. Yeah. Anyway,
Also an evil wizard
whose name starts with the MOR. But yeah, so they're fighting him, and that's like their world-ending thing potentially, right?
I think the closer one is we have Mordru, and 2 episodes ago we had Mordred.
Also, yes, but that one didn't come.
One's
to me.
an old man, and the other's an old man.
See, that one didn't come to me because I know that character. Like I know of that character, right?
Yeah.
So
sure. Because you don't know Moro? I don't know. I don't understand.
I mean, I've known about Mordred for like a decade.
No, but I mean, even when you heard Mordru, confusing you didn't confuse Mordru and Mordred, you immediately went to Dragon Ball, which fair enough.
No, because
I'm also always thinking about Dragon Ball.
No, because it'd be because I've known of the Mordred character for so long. That one doesn't get confused because it's more locked in my brain. Because, that's just from Arthurian legend, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, Moro, I just have the one experience. I didn't even get to watch it because it's not animated. So I read it however long ago, and then this I just saw the one time. I hadn't encountered either of those characters before. So they're kind of both mingled in.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But we have that. He's very powerful. He's fucking taking the expanded Justice League for a ride. And then when we get the black hole or the wormhole or the whatever universe potentially ending event that's growing, I thought when Booster Gold had to stop to help deliver a baby, I thought the direction it was going to go was sort of like, I thought another hero was going to step in somehow and like take care of the world ending thing, that the other world ending thing, or someone else, like it was going to take care of itself or whatever. And it was going to be a series of him helping individuals and then like the impact that has, which I think is also would have been fine. Like that's a good point, right? Like you're helping. It's not just about taking care of the world ending shit. It's about like the little things that you do also. It didn't do that. And it's also fucking incredible. And I was so happy. Like, I thought then near the end that they were going to do like really, he comes out of it with nothing but like personal growth as a person, but like no one knows, which is fine. But it's also frustrating for me because I got to see him do all this shit and I can't tell him that he did good. But then he gets the girl and I was elated. It was so solid. And like she's, I don't know, man. Like it's just great.
Yeah.
Like her being cool with it. And like because he was honest, right? He was such an arrogant prick. And then he was like, I'm not a hero though. Like like this is all for the wrong reasons. Like it's fucked.
It's like, but they're not here. You fucking are. Fucking do it.
Yeah, man. But then at the end, even when he walks away, and what's the little robot's name?
Skeets.
Yeah. He's like, my thermo indicators tell me that you missed a prime opportunity to get the girl or kiss the girl. And he's just walking away. And I'm like, I fucking love it. Because he's like going through this growth. And he's like, I don't fucking deserve any of this. Like he just did the fucking thing. And he's like, it doesn't matter. And then he fucking gets her anyway because he was honest. And it's fucking, I love it.
Skeets played by Billy West.
Hell yeah. And fucking the stuff with Plastic Man was so good. Or Elastic Man, sorry. I just stretched at the right time. Like the fucking ending when Mordrew is all wrapped up. It's like
elongated man.
Oh, sorry, Elongated Man. Right. Elastic Man is too fucking not stupid.
We already got Plastic Man. We don't need two stretchy guys.
Right. That was the other. Yeah. Right. That's
I don't think Plastic Man is in the show. I don't think he actually ever shows up.
Well, the name drop is solid, you know?
Yeah. There might have been legal reasons they couldn't have used Plastic Man.
That sounds
I think
right.
his rights are a little different.
That was just a very funny, like...
He shows up in Batman Brave and the Bold, but I don't think he's in the show. But it is funny. We don't need two stretchy guys.
Well, then just the fucking line. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, yeah, you probably don't. But then he took care of business, and then just fucking like that was an incredible move. He's like, what can I say? I just stretched at the right time, or whatever. He's like playing it off. It's so dumb.
Squeaky wheel.
Squeaky wheel. And then fucking Booster Gold at the end is such a fucking vibe when he's like, yeah, sorry, I'm just on crowd control, and he fucking walks away. Control. Yeah, he walks away. Like I've never identified more with anything in my life. Hey, we need your help over here. Yeah, that's not my job description. That sucks.
Do crowd control. Not on cleanup.
Making it. It's not the most recent connection that I probably could make, or even the most relevant, but it sent me to the same feeling as old droid in the Star Wars Visions. I'm on my break.
Yeah.
Just like being like, nope, it's the rules. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I love Booster Gold.
Yeah, I've been won over. And I love it.
He's another character you get more of in Brave and the Bold, and they keep this voice actor and for Booster Gold and Skeets.
Nice
in that show. even though that show is completely different voice cast for all the other characters. For Booster Gold, they bring this duo back,
Hell yeah, dude.
which makes me happy because they're very good.
Yeah. We got an amazing.
And then we have
The Return.
The Return.
I had an idea of where this episode was going. Ish.
Sure.
The details were off, but I'm like, it would be fucking weird to have him be bad. I felt like I guess I thought it was. I knew that it was going to end with some sort of discussion with Luthor. I had that, but like the exact nature I didn't know. But I'm like, he's not. I don't think he's coming back to kill him because like that's not the vibe that we got, and that's not the vibe here. I wasn't. It's in that weird spot because like I know that he didn't fucking annihilate that entire planet, like because they wouldn't. And if they did, it would have to be in a way that they bring it back, right? Like there's no way the show lets that sit. So like I know that, but I'm thinking like, okay, assuming he did destroy it, it's going to be brought back somehow. But assuming he actually did, is it just like he's evolved to be so fucking far? Like he doesn't understand anymore that like good and bad don't mean anything because he's just that elevated. I could see it. That would make sense, you know. At a certain point, you would fucking get there, and if you lose your sense of self and everything else and whatever, like, yeah, it doesn't, nothing, like, it's all just whatever.
Well, human beings like ants to you or whatever, right?
Less than ants, right?
Yeah.
If you get to a certain point, and it's not even like being mean, it's just like, this stuff doesn't exist
like
to me.
Yeah, do you have feelings about an amoeba?
Well, in this case, it's literally like, oh, I was walking like outside and I stepped on an anthill that a small anthill that I did not perceive. Like, am I going to lose sleep over it? Fuck no.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it was something like that. I knew, and then like seeing all this shit, I mean, seeing the prep and everything was like the juice, right? Like,
yes,
Luthor is losing his shit. He's fucking arguing with Adam about the whatever fucking capacitors or circuitry or whatever.
That's what circuit breakers are for.
And then Adam is like, oh, he's just actually like fucking scared because like Superman could kill him, but Luthor knows that Superman will not kill him. Amazo could obliterate him and Superman, and we don't know if he's gonna not do that.
Yeah.
So seeing him
John
fucking
is like, you're gonna need that cannon soon, and then Luthor like comes in from off screen, like, then stop interrupting us.
seeing that shit was really good.
Also, his fucking secret base that's running out of a fucking barber shop.
Dude, he just comes in and the barber like just sits up like he's just like, yeah, it's a barber shop, but like if this dude comes in, I know what to do with Mr. Luthor.
Gotta hand it to you, Luthor. No one would look for you here.
Yeah. Also, it's he's bald. He doesn't need a barber shop.
Exactly. Get your nose hairs trimmed. I really like him like going into his like put on for that fucking interview of saying, I'd like to think we could be friends someday, into immediately going, what the fuck, as Supergirl, and
he gets kidnapped on air. It was so good,
like,
dude.
Fly in and fucking take him away.
Yeah, zero words said, just whoop, like a hawk. It's so good. Also,
Put me down.
I mean,
Just keep squirming, Lex, and I just might.
I feel like Amazo is the new Superman. As of this episode, that's kind of how I felt. Well, I mean, and in the later episodes where we see him.
Well, yeah.
Like, oh, we made someone in like fucking unreal powerful. Now we have to conjure up reasons why their shit doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't. That's not this episode. That's
It's
the
not
next
this episode
with
for
him.
sure. But like, I mean, we see the fact that he do we see him? Do we see that he's? Yeah, we see that like he gets to stick around, right? A bit. We don't see him like taking off in this, do we?
Dr. Fate comes and invites him to his
Right. That
his
is at the
place,
end of
and
this,
then
yeah.
that's our end of episode stinger.
For-
Like the setup is now we finally see what Hawk Girl's been up to.
Yes.
That she's always been at Dr.
I mean,
Fate's place.
the fact that he stays, and also the fact that we had a fucking armada of ships along with the entire expanded Justice League, and he already had like fucking been unfazed by the Green Lantern Corps. Like, he's stupid powerful. Like, he's stupid currently, like stupid powerful.
He like
compared to
basically
other-
blinked and moved a planet.
to a different dimension. Yeah. Like, it's so fucking far beyond any of the characters we currently have. It's wild. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what are we? What's happening? What's gonna happen with you? It's like it has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe, unless it just doesn't. But like,
Nah.
okay. Like, it feels like nothing should be a problem again until it's like, oop, it doesn't work. Which, I mean, we got.
Yep. Basically, he gets amazoed.
Yeah. But, I mean, I still like it. I mean, I like that idea.
I think this episode is great.
Oh, it's so fucking good. And I think this is what I want from that character. I mean, he is that powerful, and he moves the like I. That's even like more of a good like he's on a different level, on like thinking wise. He's on just a different level. But the fact that he's still good, so he's like, yeah, I moved it out of the way. Like, I didn't fucking step on it. I moved the anthill. Like, but like, so like he doesn't understand how that could be perceived as what it looks like, and how it's still like you can't just fucking do that to a planet. He's like, I didn't kill anybody. Like, they're just disappeared for a bit. It's so good, like that character, and then him being like, "What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Like, you're getting power and all. Like, what? To what end? Why?" And I actually love Luthor's response. He's like, "To see where it goes, baby."
Yeah.
And he's like, "And you're gonna live forever. You get to see the whole shebang." That it's so good because, like, yeah, man, like just see what fucking happens. That's honestly. With like, except for like, I don't even know what the other answer could be that isn't just like shit to that for like just an average, because like he's still just a guy technically, so like why do you acquire money and power, like to what end, and when you get enough of it, like we don't currently, hoping no monkey paw curls, we don't currently have anybody who's actually in a position to acquire enough money and power to take over the world. But, you know, Luthor, it's like, if he continued on the same path and Superman's out there and all that shit, in this universe it's feasible, right? Like, he's on his way, but then what? Right?
Then you get to sit on the throne, and someone with a baby is like, this baby is hungry.
Yeah, he's distributing cows to the commoners.
Yeah.
But like you know, the idea of like, if you keep getting more and more and more and more and more, like, to what purpose? And honestly, like, his answer is good. Not that it's a good thing, but it's such it's an answer that makes sense. And it's honestly, I can't say that in this context of like acquiring more power and more wealth and stuff, I don't think I've heard that given. And it's really cool. like just to see where it goes. I want to see how far it goes, where it goes, how it ends.
Yeah.
Dude's also ready to die. Like he's like prepping. Assuming what he said about the suit is true and the kryptonite, which I kind of doubt, but simultaneously I don't know. If
Yeah, he's
look,
got
if
cancer.
Lex is fucking pulling the wool over my eyes, he's doing a very good job at it because like I'm believing him.
I like when he says, "I've stopped taking advantage of people," and the Atom is like, "I hope you're more convincing when you tell him that."
I like how he gives that, like, what is he? I forget what he actually says. He gives that whole good monologue about seeing the end, and then he fucking cocks off anyway. What does he say to him?
You know, when I heard you were coming, I was scared of you, petrified. But now, I see your indecision. I just pity you.
Yeah. Yeah. And Adam's like, what are you doing? It was good. Shut the fuck up.
Lex can't help himself, dude.
Cannot
help himself.
Yeah. Look. He's been Marcus Aurelius shit. You know, you always have to be who you are in any situation. Even if it means you might get fucking got.
Yeah.
No, it's a great episode. Fucking
The Green Lantern
I
Corps gets
love
there. The room is empty. It's like, what's going on? Dr. Fate's just like, Lex Luthor saving the world.
yeah, man. It's super good.
The Green Lantern's ready to like blow up the planet.
Yeah, they're ready to. That'll take out half the planet. Well, half a planet is better than none.
It has to be stopped, Fate. Here. For the sake of all worlds.
I like that we're getting into that shit. Like that, I mean, not that we haven't necessarily seen it before, but like we've discussed many times that like about when we were dealing with like city scale stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you weigh a life against like the city? But at a certain point, the scale is so fucking tipped that you just can't. You have to like think about that stuff, right? Like when they're seriously weighing like the entire galaxy universe against a planet, like you can't. You have to, you know, in a void.
Well, but it's also a thing of like where the League is now like the institution that is now thinking about the realities of what's going on and like what steps you have to take to solve these problems. Whereas now it's an outsider of the League, in this case, Dr. Fate, who's thinking, well, there has to be a better way to solve this. Whereas John is like, it's the only way.
Yeah. Well, and the Green Lantern Corps is playing a big role in that too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, because they just watched it fucking
yeah, understandable. I find it a little odd that they didn't like nobody in the none of our core Justice League characters, like Superman, for example, like really tried talking to him. Because, like, they left on decent-ish terms. Where he, like...
he called them all ants and left. I don't know.
Yeah. I just feel... I don't know. Here's the thing. The conversation is what worked. But also, it feels like a situation where the conversation could have reasonably started sooner. Instead of, like, we're going to just assemble an armada. But... I get it.
Yeah, well, he blew up a planet.
I get it. Look, did anybody see it blow up?
Yes.
No, it disappeared.
There was an explosion.
Were there chunks? Where's the
Oh,
where's
true.
the where's
True,
the
true,
crumbs?
True. Batman should be on it.
Yeah,
He's not even in this episode.
yeah, that's why. Because like if he's here, the episode
like,
doesn't
you know,
happen. Batman
Matter
wouldn't
can't
fall.
be created or destroyed, obviously.
Dude, yeah, he immediately was like, Superman didn't fucking die. Like that's not look at all this shit. Blink of an eye, he's like, nah, that's not how that went down.
That's not what happened.
He destroyed the planet. Where are the crumbs? How did he destroy it? What did it look like? As soon as they open their mouths, he'd be like, I don't know that he destroyed it. We should talk to him. Then the episode doesn't happen.
Yeah. And the episode's all building to a conversation either way anyway. Like,
Oh, totally. But it's just like,
it's just,
would have cut it in half. Or more.
we want him to talk to Lex because that's more fun. It's
I
more
mean, you
fun
had
to have
the-
Lex save the day.
Yeah. You have your, but yeah. But the important thing is that the conversation happened at any rate.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, it was
Yeah.
solid.
Like for an episode that's
I
about
like
like fucking, we have an armada of spaceships and everybody fucking blasts off. It is an episode where the problem is solved by talking about it.
Also, it's very funny that we got like not any battle from that, right? Or not much.
Well, yeah, it's like it's all our heroes firing off into a brick wall.
Yeah.
And then
Cut to them all fucking floating, like getting
Yeah.
picked up by the Green Lanterns.
Yeah, Jiren showed up and he laughed everything off. He no-sold everything.
Yeah. Took all the fucking XP for himself.
Mm-hmm. Your
Yeah,
bravery is admirable, but annoying.
Oh, it's so good.
And we get Flash in one scene.
We do.
And then immediately get blown away. Apparently in the storyboards there was a whole fight there. And then that just got cut. It's like, you don't have
there's
no space.
Yeah.
It's kind of better if he just fucking blows them all away immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Then we meet the Ultiman.
The Ultiman in Ultimatum.
Yes. Which is the it's our continuation of our big story, our big plot.
Yeah. We get our face put to Cadmus. We get at the end also.
I'm looking at this Wikipedia entry, and I have something very mildly embarrassing to declare.
Sure.
I guess it's semi-related to me not having watched this with subs on, and not doing the same thing for my adventures with Superman. I didn't have subtitles on. I thought it was Amanda Wallner. This whole fucking time. I don't know how I fucking, in my adventures with Superman, I don't know how I missed that. In this, I don't fucking know, man. Even when you were saying it, I thought I was hearing Wallner in my head, and I don't know how.
Wow.
That's very
incorrect.
funny. Yeah, no, just total. I mean, at least it's not like, it's Waller. It's not wildly off. I just don't know how it happened. Just well, I probably misheard it once, and then it sounded like Wallner is a totally acceptable last name. So I just heard it once and then heard what I wanted to hear. That's very funny. Very interesting having a character introduced who you pre-hate. A lot of it is there's a lot of bleed over from My Adventures with Superman.
Sure.
And it's interesting. I think My Adventures with Superman has made me more welcoming of this plot, because I still am not a huge fan of like this type of thing, right? We're just like, oh, we don't trust the Justice League and blah, blah, blah. Even though it's logical, I get it. It's logical. But I'm not a fan of it because I trust the Justice League.
Sure.
However, seeing My Adventures with Superman has made it so this seems incredibly palatable. Like, this is fine. And as I said in those episodes, I would rather just have them hate Superman and not trust him or whatever than have the whole invasion bullshit and that backstory that sucked.
Yeah.
And it turns out I was correct. I would rather have that. I just like,
Yeah.
that's just better. And it's very funny that it's like that came true.
Yeah.
Like, I still fucking hate her. Because, like, how dare she? My Justice League, they're good.
But the way they introduce her, she shows up and she's the character. She just knows who fucking Batman is.
Yeah, that too. Rich boy. He's like, oh shit. Look. It's not
they
like...
fucking but Batman gets to say mine are bigger than yours.
Yeah, that's so good. I do, yeah, fucking pull guns on the Justice League. It'll work.
It's fucking Superman, yeah.
I don't know if we'll get an answer to it. Don't tell me if we get an answer to it, but my current headcanon is that she just knows that Batman and Bruce Wayne are the same person because she's not fucking blind. She sees the lower 2/3 of his face and like looks at all the gadgets he's using and is like, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if we get an answer to it, but that's just, that's how I'm taking it currently because it's very funny to me.
Sure.
But yeah, man. I mean, the Ultiman is, as a concept, is nothing I haven't seen before, but it's terrifying.
No.
And it sucks. I do.
Yeah.
There was one bit that felt a little weak, and that's when, who's the fucking head Ultiman? Who's like kind of the face of the group? He's like the leader. I forget his name. Either name.
Wind Dragon.
Sure, that guy. Him being like, we're gonna die, but people need to remember us, so we'll fucking take out the Justice League. And then Batman gets his very quick line about like, you're getting sicker. I'm like, that's that's a fucking okay. This is. I would have actually rather.
It's also it's literally what that Batman Beyond episode with the fake Fantastic Four.
I don't recall that.
Like exactly this.
I don't recall that at all. That would explain why it felt familiar.
Mm-hmm.
But I just would have
the celebrity team that's then dying and then they go crazy.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Also, as far as analogs go, specifically Downpour and Shifter, the twins that then turn into an animal and water, they are based on the Wonder Twins from the Super Friends TV show.
Nice.
That is why Aquaman beats the shit out of them.
Dude, fucking, that was so, the Aquaman shit was so funny. Like, I was thinking it while that battle was going on, and then they did it, and it made it so good. Like, just shooting tons and tons, like literal tons of water, and he's just like, yeah, I got him. And then Aquaman's standing there, and he's like, master of the sea. Fucking backhands him. Literally backhands him into a fucking spiral. It's so fucking good. Like, oh man, I love fucking Aquaman in this show and Justice League. Like, he's just fucking, he's just a beefy boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I love his voice actor.
It is very funny that, like, just in this episode, like, Aquaman is just, like, a core member of the Justice League.
Yeah, he's like part of the team now. He's just in there doing his stuff.
Just sitting in Flash's chair or whatever.
Yeah. Dude, we got when the fight with Giganta is happening. And dude also becomes big, and what did she say? She's like, "Oh, poop" or something.
Yeah.
Oh, poop. He's also
We got Bizarro.
I could have done without Bizarro.
Sure.
Anytime Bizarro shows up past his initial appearance is just bad times.
They because of how they did, they made Bizarro in this world. It's just like, it's not as fun when he shows up again. You're like,
It's just not.
He's
What if his thing every time was him being lied, like not understanding that the thing he's doing is bad, and he gets lied to, and then it just feels fucking bad watching people punch him.
Yeah. What if he was just like a weird backwards alien thing?
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Also because they gave him the perfect fucking out in that first episode.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was prime. It still felt a little weird, but it came around to a great conclusion, and then everything after that is just
Yeah.
just a little gross. At least he wasn't like a huge fucking part of the episode.
No.
I can handle like a scene, but no, the stuff like the clone shit is like horrifying. Also, like, what about our memories? Like, I spent Thanksgiving with my father. I watched my mother die. And it's like, nope, that's just like implanted memories and an actor.
Actors. Well, it's also funny that they do the clone thing, and then and Bizarro is here, who's just a degenerated clone. He degenerated, but he's still around. You know, he's fine.
Arguably more horrifying. I would prefer just the complete annihilation at the end of my clone self degenerating.
Yeah.
But
and then at the end, Long Shadow joins the Justice League. I don't think we ever see this Long Shadow ever again.
Hank, there's probably a reason for that in universe.
Uh-huh. Just like dies a week later.
Just dies off screen.
Yeah.
Oh well. Look, the important thing was that he got there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, this was so good, especially because we back away from, like, we get the thread, right? We get Amanda Waller, and then we get more of that. We get the clone stuff. We see what's the fucking bad scientist's name? I forget off the top of my head.
Professor Hamilton.
Right. We see him. We get that, and then for like the next couple episodes, like we step back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we still get little things, but I really like that. At first, as soon as we got this, I'm like, are we staying here for the rest of the season? And they didn't, and I think that's very good. Getting that idea and getting more of it, and then I mean, especially the next episode when we get to the nanobot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like nearly completely stepping away from it, except for like some comments. I think that's really good. In this case,
they're like planting the seed and then letting it fucking.
I guess
giving it space.
Small rephrase. Not that I think doing it this way is the best. They just did a very good job with it.
Yeah.
Because like, there's definitely
Very
been other times where I'm like, just fucking give me it, just give it to me. But that's usually when the plot is better than the episodic content that we're getting.
Sure. You know, the slow stuff they're building in the background, I just think is good. But I also know how it's going to pay off. So.
Well, yeah, you get a bit of an advantage.
Poisoned by knowledge.
Yeah, as it turns out.
Yeah, let's talk about Darkheart.
It's fine.
It has the worst looking shots in the show.
I remember you saying one of these had like really weird shots. I don't.
Yes.
Which shots? Because I didn't know.
Wide shots of the robots. If you look, they're like a repeating of the same GIF, just plastered over stuff. And they're really pixelated.
Okay.
They're like, if you look for it, they look really bad. Particularly because it's in stark contrast to the stuff that's normally animated that looks really good. And then there's just some shots where like if you stare at it, like it's really just they're plastered on. Like it doesn't even make sense.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which because it's like the idea of what they're trying to show, it's just too fucking hard for them to like show it in a way that's good.
Yeah.
For what they can do. The ambition of this episode outstrips what they were able to pull off in every shot. Like, you know, it still works fine, but if you're nitpicking it, it's like brutal.
I was a little disappointed with the episode, kind of. Like them getting overwhelmed is pretty good, right? I think they did a good job at like establishing this threat and everything. They brought in Adam because he knows about this shit and is like explaining our stuff, right? Like how it's working, like they're doing stuff at an atomic level, like that's crazy that is going to They could have sent in any asshole to squeeze a tube.
No, he had to get small and squeeze a tube.
I thought no, the heart was big though. He was like normal sized, wasn't he?
I don't think so.
Didn't Superman see the heart in there?
Probably.
Yeah, when Superman did like his X-ray thing, he saw the heart. So I just assumed that the heart was like either like normal, like to scale, I guess.
When he comes out, he's small.
Well, yeah, because he came out in the liquid when it all exploded. So like getting down to that size was safe. That was my assumption. I could be wrong. That was my assumption based on how I was watching it.
I assumed he was small in there.
Do we have creator commentary on this? Can we get confirmation?
No. And I would have to rewatch to be like definitive. But my assumption was he was
not rewatching this shit. It wasn't that good of an episode. Honestly, the juice was at the end. When Superman I think it was Superman said something about like destroying the stuff, and he's like, well, there's a lot to be learned from it. It's like they watched it destroy their creators and then everything else in sight, and they want to play with it.
Yeah. And that like cold ass ending where they're like, we'll stop them. We will.
Yeah.
Just like no music.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's like the good. I think this was it's a good balance of doing this, the thing with the military, because Wonder Woman contacts the general, like they're in communication with the general anyway. And like they are working together and like
with General J.K. Simmons.
They're doing their shit, and it's not like complete animosity. And that's what that's that's the balance I need for this. Yes, they cannot trust the Justice League. They can be involved in shit that is...
The Justice League did just reveal they have a fucking orbital laser cannon.
Well, that too. That getting there. But even before that, right? Like they didn't necessarily trust them. I mean, they don't. They didn't. They won't.
Yeah.
But like they're working together. They're doing their shit, and that's like the balance I need. That sometimes... I mean, certainly in my adventures with Superman, we had fucking none of it, basically.
Yeah.
So, just the idea that, like...
That's my main contention about that show. That show just did that idea not well.
No, it's the... Like, I'm not... Don't get me fucking wrong. I'm not standing up for the U.S. military. Fuck that. But, like... I think in that case, like, it would make sense that you are working, even if you're not on great terms, at least on one side, it makes sense that you're working together because that's fucking sensible and that's real, I think, at least in the context of, like, we need to evacuate these people and that's like, and defeat this thing, and that's primary immediate goal. So, like, you put aside that shit and that just felt very good. Even though at the end, he's like, you were sitting on a fucking orbital laser this whole time? Like, that also makes sense. And I'm not, like, it's never, the whole military thing is never about, like, the logistics of it. Because, like, yeah, it's fucking sensical. It's all how it's presented, which normally is ass. Not even in just My Adventures with Superman. But.
And the Justice League's been sitting on the blueprints for Amazo, right?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Like they also are, you know.
The Amazo blueprints are more impressive because I've never seen that guy refuel. I'm still thinking about it, dude. Where does he get his power from?
He siphons it out of another dimension. Clearly.
Apparently. Dragon Ball gave me beef with man-made things that are stronger than inherently crazy things. Even though the power level in this is like, well, Amazo's level isn't, but like this version of Superman that we've seen, like, you can just apparently make a fucking World War II gun that's stronger than him. So, like, it's not really out of the question, I suppose. But, like, the point that Amazo is at now, it's like a guy just built this, like, just casually. Okay.
Yeah. And then he created a thing that would evolve at a crazy rate. Like,
yeah, but what's it powered by?
Amazo is not the thing. I mean, he's not made of the stuff he was made of before, even at this point.
Yeah, that's true. We do get the comment about nanotechnology or whatever.
That, like, yeah.
That would have worked a month ago.
Yeah, that was a good idea. It would have worked.
No, that's true.
If I were still nanotech. It is weird, the order of these, that we get the being who's, like, transcended nanotech before we get our nanotech nightmare episode.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Flopping that would have been nice. Because they could have just called him. That's sort of the thing now, right? Like, there's so many issues, it's like, you can just call him Azo. Like, this is an instantaneous win.
They don't, he's not a part of the Justice League.
Offer him the role. Does anybody ask?
Happens. No.
There you go.
Because they're fucking scared, terrified.
Yeah. Whatever.
I guess we should get into the next episode.
Well, hang on. All I needed from Amazo was like a bit about his fuel source. That's all I needed. The fuel source can change. That should have just been an initial thing. Like, you need to get power, and then he changes his power source, and then, like, that evolves, and then it gets to the point where he doesn't, like, yeah, he is siphoning it from, like, a different it would be fine. That's all I need.
Photosynthesizes.
Yeah, at a crazy rate. I mean, I can it's easy headcanon, right? To, like, figure that into his design, but seeing it would be nice. Just because there's so much thought put into so many other things. But anyway, yes, we can get into Wake the Dead. Grundy makes his return after a bunch of fucking nerds do their nonsense.
Invoke some chaos magic with no known upper limit.
Yeah, just like insane fucking levels of shit from some book they bought online.
They used their hacks and they forgot to... They did not put a limit on the number that now is just keeps increasing.
It's crazy. Also, I found this very... It didn't matter because it was such a tiny... It like literally didn't impact the episode at all. But just like... It's still... We can't move away. Like, what do nerds... How are nerds impacted? What do bullies do? Bullies give wedgies and swirlies. And it's just like, it's so fucking funny because like everything in this show is so good, and then they're like, what do bullies do? The most stereotypical, nearly fake bully shit that's ever existed, and it's just very funny in contrast to everything else.
Spoken like a man who never got a swirly.
How many people got swirlies? I need to speak to... You know what? That's probably a thing I could Google. I'm sure people have chimed in.
Yeah.
But the one guy being like, yeah, I got sick of it. That's why I stopped wearing underpants. Dude, that just means they're going to pull your jeans into your ass crack. What are you doing? Now you're going to have denim up in there. You fucked up. I also
do like when he's like, here's the knock at the door. He's like, did you forget your dice again? And then Grundy's hand just comes through.
Dude, that was such a good opening. Just that was so solid. Because
I'm just a big fan of this show deciding Solomon Grundy is just the Hulk.
Yeah.
He's just fucking rage and unlimited strength. It's great.
Yeah, dude. Also,
right, the Hulk is better than whatever the fuck is going on with Solomon Grundy. Just say chaos magic a few times.
This episode fucking got me a bit though. Like the stuff with Hawkgirl was very, very good. Also, her fucking line, like she sees Green Lantern, she's like, hate the beard. Like, not even in a mean way, just like the exact intonation that the beard is new. But nope, hate the beard.
Hate the beard.
She's so good.
And then she gets, your favorite movie is Old Yeller. You know
Dude.
exactly where this is going. It's a callback to when Green Lantern, or in Kilowog and Flash went to John's apartment. There was a VHS tape of Old Yeller that Kilowog ate. Delicious.
Oh,
your favorite movie is Old Yeller. Fucking kills me.
Why? What's wrong with Old Yeller? I guess I don't know how the film adaptation is. I've only read the book. I can't speak to the film adaptation.
Sure.
But look, the important thing is this episode made me sad.
Sure. That
And
was
like,
his goal.
I'm still impressed. All these fucking animated series, all these cartoons.
The show made me have feelings about Solomon fucking Grundy.
I'm still impressed. It impresses me every fucking time because I not even that I don't expect it, but like I don't expect it. I still, for some reason, don't expect it to hit as well as it does, and it just does every fucking time. There's no reason for me not to think it will like hit, and it just does, and it's great.
We get Vixen.
Dude, as soon as I saw, I'm like, there's no... This poor woman. This poor woman having to date Green Lantern when I don't trust that they're going to end up together.
Well, the secret is that then the writers just liked Vixen too much.
I mean, she's great.
Mm-hmm.
Her shtick is cool.
Yeah.
Dude, when she's like, what is it, Green Lantern who rescues her, or is it Superman? She's like, I could have taken him, and it's like, you fucking could not have.
The Superman rescues her. He's like, humor me.
Yeah. Just like, I was fine. You were not. I wasn't fine.
Well,
Superman's getting his ass fucking beat.
when he climbs out of the river, he's like, "Are you okay? Do I look okay?"
He's fucking so pissed. His hair's
like,
tussled.
Can't believe I'm getting my ass kicked by Solomon Grundy.
Yeah. Then we get like, the chaos magic made him stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you could tell his eyes were orange.
Yeah.
Hawkgirl getting her fucking mace back.
Hell yeah. The mace return is so fucking good.
It's
hyping up the mace.
It's incredible. Dude, that's all I fucking need. That mace is my sword.
Hell yeah.
That's the sword of Justice League Unlimited.
It's a very good mace. Anti-magic mace.
Yeah, man.
It's made of nth metal. We finally get the explanation.
It's kind of a lame explanation. Isn't like, well, maybe I'm misremembering. Isn't nth metal, like, hasn't that been a thing in this before? Wasn't other stuff made of nth metal or something?
No, I just keep saying nth metal because I knew it was nth metal.
I'm probably, in my head, I'm probably confusing it with Marvel materials. What's the dumb shit that everybody's shit is made out of?
Adamantium?
Yeah, sure. Everybody needs their dumb dipshit metal that a thing is made out of.
Adamantium is just indestructible.
Okay, what separates that from nth metal? Is it destructible?
Nth metal is anti-magic.
But is it destructible?
Yes.
By what?
I don't know. Something not magic, I guess.
Okay.
But Cthulhu is fucking
that's
shaking in his boots at the
Yeah.
nth metal. But if you filed an orbital laser at it, maybe you could destroy it.
Look, I like it. I liked it when the mace was just like a unique thing, because that's how cool. That's what cool swords are. They're just a one-off. But now that it's nth metal, like, it makes it sound like they had a factory.
Yeah, they did.
I don't like it.
She's just a normal soldier.
I know,
That's her
like
standard issue weapon.
I want the mace to be special. I know it's special in the context.
I'm sorry,
of
it's
this.
not. It's unique on Earth.
Yeah.
There's another one.
Yeah. Look,
But on Thanagar, it's not special.
it could have been. Maybe they had a mace in the stone that she had to pull out. She was the chosen one. Now there's a story. I'm telling the kids.
There just aren't enough chosen one narratives.
There's
you know?
the kids love it. I mean, she doesn't even have to be the fucking chosen one. Like, what if? Look, Earth had a stupid temple that was built to house a stone. What if someone on Thanagar built a temple to hold his mace, and then like people forgot about it for some reason, even though it's super important, and then she just found it. Like, she doesn't have to be the chosen one. She could just be lucky.
No. I mean, the move is you have nth metal, but because that's the ninth metal.
Okay.
And we get the 10th metal.
Classic.
That was what Dark Knight's metal was.
Then we get. Wait, what? Is that from the
Dark Knight's Metal, the thing we read? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was about to
And
ask.
Nth Metal. That was really, I think, the first thing we did that had Nth Metal
Okay.
was Dark Knight's Metal, because it's the ninth metal.
Right.
But you didn't have the context of that's Shire
I didn't have
Hall's
fucking any
mace.
context for that comic.
It's true.
I remember so little of it because it was just all like fucking unhinged for me.
Yeah. That's why it's good.
I mean, yeah.
That's why you got to reread it. now that
Girls
you have context.
Hot Girls Return is very good.
Yep.
And like,
No more helmet.
I mean, that part is sad because that's what allows me to believe that she's not just some chick, but
Nope,
it's still
she's just a
very
lady.
good. Yeah, she's just there, just strong as hell, ready to fight. Whatever. I mean, I'm down, but like,
Grundy puts her into a wall. It's just
True.
like, fine.
yeah. The stuff at the end. I mean, her getting back in the league and fucking Green Lantern's like, I excuse myself from the, or different. He used a different
From the
word.
vote.
Recused. Recused. Yeah. For
Superman broke the tie.
obviously. But then, like, people calling her a traitor and stuff made sense. Then you got like that. The woman and her daughter that Hawkgirl saved are like, you know.
Yeah. I do. Also, we didn't talk about the chess at the beginning.
Where she's like, she beat Batman multiple times, but she just like didn't have it in her.
Yeah, she doesn't have it in her to like be good at chess anymore. She's
I mean, I
like
get it,
going
dude,
through the
just-
motions.
Yeah, dude, I fucking get it. Like, yeah,
And then we get the Amazo and Aquaman playing chess.
and Meso's just like, you're getting better
It took me 16 moves to beat you this time.
instead of
More than
8.
last time.
It's just very for me. It was especially funny because it had vibes of like the first time I fought you in Street Fighter 6, and I got my ass beat, and then the second time I fought you in Street Fighter 6, I still got my ass beat, but you had to think more about it. You couldn't just be like, I'm gonna use light moves the whole time. So I'm like, it's okay, Aquaman. I feel your pain. You just gotta keep going, man. You'll get them
Sometimes
next
you just
time.
can't. It's, you're either stomping people or you're getting stomped.
Yeah.
Be like that.
No, it's
It is
good.
very funny that they have a Mesa there and they're like, no, he just makes Grundy stronger and then he has to leave.
Yes, so this is where it's like we need
It's too hard.
we need to do dumb shit to make a Mazo irrelevant or whatever.
You let him out of the tower now? I would like to see you try to stop him.
Yeah. I mean it is good that Amazo is immediately like, oh, he's siphoning my power. That is no good. I'm leaving because that's bad otherwise. Like, they don't try to fuff around with it. He's just like, nope. I have this information and it's bad. Peace.
And he leaves forever.
Yeah. No, this is very, very good shit. Great episode.
Yeah. Yeah, the scene where she fucking puts down Grundy.
Oh my
She's
god,
like,
dude.
I know what you need. That's
fucking
her
there,
voice
like-
acting is so fucking good.
Yeah. And the fact that she just like, I was kind of wondering if we were going to even get like any sound or anything, and they didn't, which is probably they
Get the shot of her
couldn't.
raising the mace above her head.
Yeah. And then she comes out. It's like, fuck. shit is solid.
Yeah.
And we go
and then we have
into crazy
our
times.
finale. Our
I'm
2-part finale.
I was disappointed, and then I was thrilled, and then I was kind of disappointed, and then I was thrilled, and then I was kind of disappointed. It's kind of a roller coaster. Chronos sucks. Like as a person.
I kind of love how much he sucks.
I mean, yeah, like as a person, like he sucks, but like as a character, it's like, yeah, he sucks.
The way he goes from like sneak thief to declaring himself the undisputed master of space and time,
Yeah,
to fucking sucking his thumb while he sleeps in a prison cell.
Oh yeah, dude. So
it's like
I'm a little disappointed that this was our crossover. Because it wasn't, the crossover part was more like we're in scary fight mode instead of like fun mode, kind of. Not that we didn't have moments, but you know. The first part was what like that was I was like kind of disappointed, but then it immediately won me over. Cause at first I thought they got sent back to the Stone Age or whatever, and I thought we were gonna get Wonder Woman and Batman with swords. And I got overexcited, and then that didn't happen. And I had to recalibrate. No. But then we saw but then as soon as we get Wonder Woman like barely fucking reacting, and she's like, "These are the biggest, slowest bullets I've ever seen." I was like, "I'm in." And then we get Bruce Wayne in fucking black cowboy gear. Like, it was so good.
Green Lantern's like, "Those empty holsters aren't going to scare anyone. You sure you don't want one of these?" Positive.
Yeah, so good.
We get in the later when he pushes belt like to just his utility belt. Instead of a gun holster, he's like, "Give me an excuse."
Dude, the fucking play
the guy, and then he just grabs the guy's gun and punches him.
It's so good. Also, such a funny. Thought I heard something weird outside. It's just normal city noise. The fucking play on "Go ahead, make my day." Go ahead, give me an excuse.
We got Jonah Hex.
So he was one I was like, I know I've seen you, but I can't fucking think of where. Where did I see him?
There's an episode of Batman the Animated Series about him.
Okay, so
where he was like chasing. Yeah. It was like in the past where he was fighting Ra's al Ghul.
Right. Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
And it was like older Jonah Hex than he is here. He had like white hair. White hair.
No, now that you say it, like I can picture the like bits and chunks of that episode. But that makes sense that I'd recent enough to remember, but 1,000, maybe 10,000 years ago. So like I don't fully remember. A lifetime ago. But it was, I mean, it's cool. The way that
recognizes them as time travelers.
Yeah.
It's like, what makes you say that? Experience. I've had an interesting life.
Interesting life, yeah.
There's a period of Jonah Hex in like the future in comics.
Sure.
Also, he's like, hey, this guy's like, I wanted one of those space guns. He's like, I ain't dependable. They jam.
They jam is so good. Dude, the way that the silliness ramped up in this is so good. Like, I was a little before we got there. I was slipping into my own head about like this dude has all this technology, but it's also 1879. How does he like the amount of stuff that he would have to get to have a security camera wired in this prison? It's like there's so much, but then. As soon as I saw the fucking robot pterodactyl, I'm like, okay, like none of it matters. Nothing fucking matters because it's all just cool. We're doing robots, dinosaurs, robot dinosaurs, fucking laser tanks, mechs, like fuck it. And it's beautiful. We're doing an actual dinosaur with a dude with a laser gun on top of the dinosaur. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Like just an insane, like fuck it. Just send it. All of this is good. Cowboys with laser guns riding dinosaurs. It's perfection.
Wonder Woman complaining about her shoes.
Don't you usually fight in heels?
In high heels? Yeah, high heels that fit. Also, her high heels are like not higher heeled than Batman's heeled boots.
Also, the
Normally,
fact that she put on didn't she take clothes off of a dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their clothes, those fit fine. The shoes, though.
I mean, they fucking fit fine. Those jeans fit very well, Hank.
Uh-huh. Hephaestus could let it out a little.
Yeah. What if I forgot about that line? You know, we didn't mention it. I am also surprised that we did not. Maybe I'm not surprised, but we didn't get any quips about Adam riding right between her tits, and that was kind of made sense. That I mean, it would have been easy jokes. But also, like, I don't know.
No, they just did it.
I'm not surprised that they didn't do jokes. Because, you know, you have to keep it a little clean.
Sure.
The part that sent me on this two-parter was when they find him sleeping, and they just like, it's such of all the ways to have him like wake up and then have the chance to get away, this was like the worst. I just fucking hate watching it. Like the fact that nobody did there, you have fucking heroes standing right there just watching, just doing fucking nothing to this guy who is actively causing the universe to like deteriorate.
It's not true. Terry said, "Nice on the stealth, lady."
Yeah, but nobody's doing fuck all. I just was so annoyed. I hate that shit. It would have been, all they had to do was like have him wake up when they walk in or whatever, right? Like just have the plan kind of not work. But the fact that it worked to absolute perfection and then we stood around and watched his wife fuck it all up is infuriating. Like the fact that Batman's right there and he doesn't put a hand in front of her to be like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? Crazy madness.
Meh, doesn't bother me.
Ugh. More willpower than I. We did get fucking Batman playing good cop, and someone, I forget who said it, but they're like, it's all relative.
Yeah, Batman's good cop and old man Bruce Wayne bad cop.
Dude, when he's like, I can't believe I was ever that green. This is how you interrogate someone. I'm just fucking thinking to the time when he beats the shit out of people with his cane in Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
That was right.
Also, like that's an important. It's important that they then cut away because, like, what the fuck? What was he gonna do?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I have ideas of what he was gonna do. It's that fucking episode from Batman Beyond where he's inside with all the people, and we get that great shot of Max outside, and like she's fucking shaking, and she's like eating gum or whatever. Shot lives in my that sequence lives in my head rent free.
So I love that this is the Joker crew from
with fucking
Return of the
lightsabers.
Joker.
Yeah. They literally just gave Chucko Darth Maul's lightsaber before hitting him with an asteroid. I can't.
Choco gets it so fucking bad, dude.
I can't believe they did it. Like they fucking. It wasn't. I thought we were. It would have been like reasonable to just leave him with the dinosaurs, right? And he has a lightsaber or whatever, so it's like funny, but it's also cursed. But like he's not gonna die because he has a fucking lightsaber. But then the fucking asteroid.
He goes, "Oh phooey."
Ah, phooey. Like it's so, like the line is so good because like yeah, I think there's a level of fucked that gets so high that you just like yeah, like you just nuts.
Wow.
Like what are you gonna do? Like you're so unbelievably fucked, and it's just gonna be over. But like the fact that they did it is crazy.
Do you know what killed the dinosaurs? Well, Choco does.
That line was insane.
It's like he went from a guy who was trying to steal Batman's utility belt to putting another man into the meteor that killed the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I do like his thing of like, no, Choco, I already know who did it.
Yeah. I mean, he's trying to fucking... As soon as Choco spoke up, everybody knows it's him. I'll rat him out. I'll find him for you, boss. It's like, okay, Choco.
How did they find out? I mean, I told you, and I only know because I'm the undisputed master of space and time.
That bit is so good.
Fucking
Guy is such a fucking ass.
Fucking nerd.
I just hate... Like, he
ruined all of space time because he wanted to have a fucking... little collection.
I mean, it's one of the like I love to hate it, like, but I hate that he goes from like I'm just taking stuff that nobody will miss because otherwise like you don't know what could happen. He's like I'm taking the Coliseum. They can't stop me.
Don't you think I can handle it? No.
He just clearly fucking can't.
Kronos, look at the sky. Pretty.
Dude, he's such a Batman villain. He's such a fucking, like, my wife nagged me one too many times, so now I don't care that the universe ends.
You'll love me next time.
I thought he was going to get evaporated. In the moment when John was like, Green Lanterns have a rule about not seeing the beginning of time.
Or a legend.
Or a legend. I thought, and then, someone said, was it Batman who's like, write him a ticket or whatever?
Yes. No one can see the beginning of time. It's a universal law. Write him a ticket.
So I thought we were going to get the play on words where he's like, well, it's more of a not physically capable of doing so thing. And then he fucking melts or something like that. I thought we were going to get that. I still kind of think that would have been preferable, but it was fine.
I like what we got.
Tim stuck in like, I can use it to get away from you. And just in that loop for eternity.
Well, that's what Batman...
Yeah.
That's a fucked up thing Batman did to that guy.
Yeah, just trap him in the time. That's some Black Mirror shit. Honestly, the some of these cursed endings are just Black Mirror shit. He has eternal life, but not eternal youth.
Yep. It's called Twilight Zone shit. Thank you.
Nah, it's Black Mirror. Black Mirror did it first. Fake TV.
Hard sci-fi. Sci-fi stories did it first.
Like Arthur Clarke did it first or whatever. The stuff with Green Lantern and Hawkgirl was really good.
Yep.
And just seeing like, Dad? Oh. He fucking, when they get back and he's like, oh, I remember.
Now I have feelings about things.
Yeah. That's just so fucking, oh man. Poor bastard. You don't remember going out with us on a mission earlier today, right? I just got here.
Bruce Wayne, Batman. Batman, Bruce Wayne. Or have you met?
That shit's so good. Did Terry... I had thought they loosely... It seemed like Terry died for a second there.
Yes, Terry died.
He died?
Yeah.
Shit. It was just
we got the scene of Bruce being sad because Terry just fucking died. He got torn apart by DDs.
Yeah.
But then time reset, so
yeah, that's fine. I mean, still though.
Yeah, that happens.
It's just such a contrast, right? Like anytime
To all the times Terry didn't die, sure.
Well, not even that, but like we get so many situations. It's like fucking Joker doing his stuff to Tim Drake, right? We get so many instances of a villain, like on paper, it's like, yeah, they're like people are gonna die, or maybe have died, but like we never get to, it never gets to like that full end because they get stopped. So like seeing it get to that point is like not surprising. I don't know, shocking maybe.
Shocking?
Is the better, yeah. Like
shock value.
it's just like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing a time travel episode, you can fucking go for the shock value.
That's also true. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
The Hal Jordan thing was so good. Hal Jordan. Yeah, it's fine. I'm up to speed. He just fucking keeps going.
Yeah.
Turns back like, would you make up your mind?
Sorry.
That was such a good like little bit. I don't know. I really, really like that. Just like him doing the introduction, then immediately like I'm up to speed. Don't worry. Well, we really just got to keep going here.
Yeah. We don't have time to deal with the fact that there was one person standing here and now I'm someone else.
I just love it so much. Just the briefest introduction. Like he still gives him a name, you know.
Yeah. You just gotta keep moving.
It would have been kind of fun to do that with other characters instead of Wonder Woman just like disappearing, but I don't know how relevant that would be for other characters, because like it's not like it's not like Batman wasn't Bruce Wayne in that past or whatever, right?
Man. Batman going out to fucking get information is like, Terry's like, that's not gonna work. You don't know who you're around. And he's like, are criminals cowardly and superstitious?
Yeah.
Old man Bruce is like, yes. Good enough.
It's so good, dude. But see, now look, you ruined stuff a little bit. I didn't get the full experience, Hank.
Because I don't watch all of Static Shock.
I don't have the context for Static Shock.
It's true. Seeing Static here is a little diminished.
I watched fucking Ultra Q for one intro to one film. But I didn't watch Static Shock for this 2-parter episode.
Yeah.
Run it back. We got to start over. Got to watch it all again.
I think you're okay.
Yeah.
I think his joke about Shahara laying an egg that big is still funny. Regardless.
Yeah. No, it was it's fine. I don't feel I've missed out. The fact that I know Static Shock exists is enough for the joke of him being old or whatever. Not the joke, but like, last I saw you, you were.
Well, I think I think Old Man Static from the future is in an episode of, like, there's a time travel episode of Static Shock.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It might have Terry in it.
I don't have full context, but like, it's enough, you know.
Yeah.
It would be different if like you hadn't mentioned it at all, and I never really encountered it.
No,
And
because
then,
again,
like,
I've thought about it a lot, and I was just
yeah.
I made the call that I wanted to get to these episodes so bad. I didn't want to put another show that I don't think is quite as good in the way of it,
and I don't.
and
I
is only
don't have
like
the urge.
occasionally has crossover episodes, like
Yeah.
like its whole first part of it is just like an unconnected teen superhero thing, and then it gets a redesign that puts it, and then it starts doing Justice League crossovers.
Sure.
Brainiac shows up at one point.
Great. Love that guy. Always a good episode with him.
Anyway, that's season 1 of Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah. Shit is really good. And there's like, I don't know. I'm looking so fucking forward to stuff, to the next episodes. The character stuff is so good, and I want more. Like, we got the stuff with Batman, Wonder Woman. We got the stuff with Green Lantern, Hawk Girl. That's fucking great. Maybe we got stuff with Green Arrow, Black Canary. It's all fucking good. We got the even aside from like the major plot thread, we have like Power Girl, Supergirl stuff. And then the plot thread I am interested in because it's not garbage in its origin.
Yeah.
So like I'm curious to see how that goes, because I have a rough idea, of course, but
Yeah. I
just
think this is our
details.
this is the last season that's like this episodic.
Sure.
The season through line is more of a thing in the next 2 seasons.
A little disappointing, but understandable and fine.
Yeah.
Especially as the accumulation of like all of this shit. I didn't have enough episodic content in the shows before this. Meh. Yeah.
Why do we got like we gotta get to the 3rd episodic Booster Gold episode.
Season 1 of Justice League Unlimited should have been 52 episodes, and roughly half of those should have been with Elongated Man. That's who the people want.
He didn't even get to show off his detective skills.
Yeah, fucking detective. I'm like Batman and Plastic Man all in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Batman. Okay. I'm Batman too.
Well, yeah. He's from Detective Comics.
Sure. Unfortunately, his name is Elongated Man, so he's a joke.
He's no Mr. Fantastic.
I've had such a good time just in these 13 episodes, and I'm fucking ready for more. Very excited.
Well, Salt Circle Podcast, gmail.com, Salt Circle Pod on Twitter, anchor.fm/Salt Circle, youtube.com/@Salt Circle, and I'm on Twitter @ComicPanels.
I'm Drathius on Letterboxd and YouTube. Yeah.
2 more seasons.
I'm I'm excited, but I don't want it to end. Also, it's been so long.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm excited to get to it, but then once it's over, it's like, but then why isn't there more?
I mean, we still have fucking like Brave and the Bold, Cape Crusader, Teen Titans. there's still more to do.
Yeah.